How's it going, guys? My name is Mr. Boss for the win, and welcome to another episode of some Black Ops 2. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about if the suppressor or silencer, however you want to say it, is worth it to put on any of your guns in Black Ops 2. I'm going to look back at the previous Call of Duties, whether I use silencers there, looking at some game modes, some guns, etc. So let's talk about the suppressor. Also, there's a pretty funny C4 fail in this video, like 15 seconds or so. So pretty funny, definitely worth the check out. I think it's coming up like right here, so it's pretty funny. Anyways, yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions on if the suppressor is worth it in Black Ops 2, and that's because, you know, a lot of my videos you see me never running a suppressor, whereas back in maybe Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 1, or even some phases of Modern Warfare 3, I would use the suppressor, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that right now. So if you're unfamiliar with what the suppressor does in Call of Duty, it essentially masks you from appearing on the radar when you shoot. Obviously, if you don't know, which obviously I'm assuming you guys all know this, when you shoot your unsilenced gun, a little red dot appears on the minimap. So essentially everyone can hone on your information or to your location and come and get you, basically. However, if you're using a suppressor, that red dot does not show up on the minimap. However, there are some fallbacks to using the suppressor. The suppressor does affect your gun's range, which ultimately affects its damage output. So let me give you an example. So if the MSMC is a 4-hit kill within 20 meters, but at 25 meters it becomes a 5-hit kill, with a suppressor, it would probably shrink to 15 and 20. I know that's not completely accurate, but that's the example I'm giving you. The suppressor doesn't zap damage away from your gun. It doesn't just take damage away from your gun, and it doesn't just like reduce the range it can get to someone, but it does decrease like the 4 or 3 or 5 shot kill radius. It shrinks it a little bit. So instead of getting a 4 shot kills up to 20 meters, you would only get 4 shot kills up to 15 meters. So that's essentially what the suppressor does for you in Black Ops 2. Now I'm going to give you some reasons for why I don't use it. The first one is, obviously, I don't like having my gun have reduced damage. I mean, it's hard enough to kill people in Black Ops 2 with some of the bad connections you might run into, so you're going to need all the shots on target you can, and that is one of the reasons why I rarely use a suppressor. The second one is, a lot of my favorite guns have been hit with patches using the suppressor. A lot of the submachine guns got damage reductions with the submachine guns, already that weren't even built into the game. So that's definitely something that I want to look out for. Like if you use an MSMC with a suppressor, the damage ratio is just awful compared to what you would get with an MSMC without the suppressor. So that's something I'm going to look for as well. The second, or the third one I guess I should say, is the UAV spam. With the score streak system in Black Ops 2, you can get I know it's tougher, it's not just like 3 kills to get a UAV, but you could cap a flag, you could get an assist, get a kill, plant a bomb or something, and you got a UAV. So there's a lot of UAVs that go up in Black Ops 2, and I don't use Ghost. So there's no point of me using Ghost and not using a suppressor, trying to only half be off the radar. If I'm going to be on the radar, I'm going to be on the radar. If I'm not going to be on the radar, I'm not going to be on the radar. And because there's so much UAV spam, it's likely they're going to know where I am, even without having me firing my gun. So I just don't think it's worth it to to waste an attachment on that. Now, if this was a previous Call of Duty where, let's say, we had score streaks at 3, 5, and 7 where everyone was required to use a UAV, now the silencer comes a little bit more in play. Now let me talk about that a little bit more. So in Call of Duty 4, World at War, and a little less particularly Modern Warfare 2, the silencer was the most powerful attachment. Now that can be wavered in Black Ops 2, but in World at War and Call of Duty 4 you had red dot, silencer, and ACOG. Now 2 of those attachments didn't do anything for your gun other than optical visualization, I guess you could say. But the suppressor was the only thing that could keep you off the radar in that game besides cold-blooded, because everyone was using UAVs. There was no counter UAV, so you couldn't counteract a UAV. It was really deadly if someone was using UAVs and you didn't have a silencer or cold-blooded, meaning everything you did was going to show up on the radar. So that's something you got to keep in mind as well. In Modern Warfare 2, we saw the counter UAV, and we saw a bunch of more awesome attachments, like I guess you could say the heartbeat sensor, and like the infrared sight and extended mags. So we get to see a few more attachments that made the silencer less attractive, I guess you could say. So my bottom line is, I guess it all depends on the game type, because if you're playing something like free-for-all search and destroy where staying off the radar is important, yeah, go for the silencer, but just know the drawbacks that it has in this game, and know that because Black Ops 2 has such a plethora of attachments, there are so many you could choose from that I think are better, like you know, just all the ones that they give you in this game. Like, we've never seen more attachments in this game than any other Call of Duty. So, you know, my final verdict is, if you're comfortable with the suppressor, use it. Do I think it's worth it? On some guns, maybe, because like the SVU, like that shotgun, that automatic sniper, the silencer on that, I don't think it affects it because it's still a one-shot headshot. I could be wrong. I don't use snipers, but depends on the gun, depends on the game type, depends on your playstyle. For me, it's not worth it, but I just wanted to list some of the pros and cons so that if you're struggling with it, you can definitely come to a better consensus on when you should use the suppressor and if it is right for you. So anyways, guys, my name is Mr. Boss the Win. Like I said, thanks for watching this video. If you did like the video, I would encourage you guys to leave a like or favorite, and of course, if you are new, love for you guys to subscribe. I'm doing Black Ops 2 videos and Call of Duty Ghost videos on the daily, so take care, guys, and of course, I will talk to you guys in the next video.